Got to start out today giving some credit to the Minnesota Twins bullpen. Here, no outs, bases loaded again situation here, and Caleb Thielbar gets the first out against the Rockies. You see it was only a 2-run game, so this was a really big situation in the top of the 6th inning. Then he induces a ground ball from Charlie Blackmon. That's exactly what you want in that situation. And Pagan comes in, and I'm sure everybody's stomach drops, but he strikes out C.J. Cron, and they get out of it. Bases loaded, no walks. They wiggle out of it. Byron Buxton was in the lineup again today. He had another triple. This was like a carbon copy of that triple he hit earlier in the series, in addition to Luis Arraez scoring on it, too. And you see Buck was jacked up. Just watching him run is a pleasure. He had 3 hits in this game. This team just feels different when he's out there, so hopefully that tendonitis can kind of not be barking as much and he can play. But he was the DH today, so Mark Contreras was in center field, and he made a beautiful catch here. Clearly not very comfortable with knowing where the target field wall is, but still gets the job done. Tip of the cap to Mark Contreras there. The Twins won. They had a nice lead early, 5-1 after 2 innings, and just kind of were able to cruise. Again, Buxton with 3 hits, Arraez and Kepler had a pair of hits each. And Joe Ryan started for the Twins today. Kind of got knocked around a bit, but got outs when he really needed to. Just 1 strikeout over 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, but just 3 runs. It wasn't pretty, but that was pretty solid. And then Thielbar, Pagan, Duffy, and Duran. Again, excellent bullpen day. Kind of a shocking news item came out. Wes Johnson is going to be leaving to be the pitching coach at LSU. Again, this is a shocking news, but I'm not really all that concerned about it, to be honest. Pete Mackey and Luis Ramirez, the bullpen coach and assistant coach, I think we can expect them to do a great job. I think they've learned a ton from Wes. But a shocking news item. Just want to mention before we get to the minor league action, coming up on 5,000 subscribers here. So thank you to all of you who have already joined. And if you've watched these and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And good news, right? Let's kick off the minors with a good news item. Darren Wolfson of KSTP reports that Matt Canterino will be starting a throwing program and hopefully building back up. That could just be massive. I'd love to see him back on the mound. Starting off with the St. Paul Saints in our minor league section, this is Mario Sanchez, a guy I haven't really talked about. Not a prospect, a guy that the Twins signed from the Nationals organization, became a minor league free agent. He's 27 years old, Venezuelan, again, was with the Nationals organization his entire career. He struck out the side in order in the first inning today, which is kind of noteworthy for him, not a big strikeout guy. But he has a 3.00 ERA and a 0.84 whip. For the Saints this year, well below 1, the whip. But 6.71 K per 9 doesn't really jump out. 1.94 walks per 9, though. But Mario Sanchez, a name to know, he's been playing well. The Saints, their only run they got on the second batter of the game, Jake Cave hit a home run, but that was it. Again, Mario Sanchez, 6 innings of 2-run ball, just 3 hits, 6 strikeouts today. Evan Sisk also pitched well, and Drew Stratman. So good to see that bullpen performing. Going on down to Wichita, Double-A. And this is Sawyer-Gipson Long in those Tumblebacas jerseys that they wear sometimes for Wichita. And he pitched well. He had a really ugly Double-A debut, and then he had a nice bounce-back start, and then he has had a good start here. So hopefully that was maybe kind of some first-time out jitters, and you can just kind of get rolling like he was in Cedar Rapids. There you see a strikeout. Should have been the third out. It was not caught. Throwover doesn't get him, so runners at the corners of the inning should have been over. And this is how basically San Antonio got both their runs eventually. And then Bechtel, I don't know why he throws down here. They're going to do a double steal. Guy who has not caught much. You don't see this very often in Double-A. Very strange to have a guy with such a little catching experience catching in Double-A. But Gibson Long kind of got through that adversity and got back on track and started missing bats again. So I thought that was a nice thing for him. But Wichita also lost 2-1. The Saints lost 2-1. Wichita loses 2-1. Only run they scored came on a Leobaldo Cabrera RBI double, number 9 hitter driving in the only run. And again, Sawyer-Gipson Long, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. And then the bullpen was pretty impressive, mowing guys down. So they had 13 strikeouts and 2 walks in 9 innings and lost 2-1. Cedar Rapids, they lost 4-3 in extras in this one, unfortunately. Pat Winkle hit a huge 2-run homer in the 8th inning. Basically was the reason that went into extras in the first place. And then there's a look at the pitcher. Stankiewicz was the starting pitcher today for Cedar Rapids. And moving on down to Fort Myers, 2 games today for the Mighty Muscles. They won the first one 2-0. Jake Rucker had a big 3-hit game for them. in that first game. But really the big thing, I don't have a lot to add here, but Marco Raya, just 2 batters faced, struck out both of them through 11 pitches and then was done. I think we can assume there was an injury there. I haven't seen any reporting on it yet, but that's certainly something we'll kind of keep an eye out for. You don't like to see it. They lose the second game 2-1. Noah Cardenas drove in the only run on a double. He also drew 2 walks, and he was a guy who made it onto my midseason minor league all-star team. If you missed that video, go check that out. But Jalen Nolan struck out 7 batters in 3 2/3 innings. For the pitching staff, it was a good performance there, even though they lose. Thank you so much for checking this out, and we will talk again soon.